Hi. So I'm here in this woodland in Kilfrew in southeast Wales, and I just walking my little doggy. And started thinking about a workshop that I'm running next weekend on the healing properties of the hills. It's a group event, and I'm one of like 5 presenters and workshop leaders. So I'm working on EMDR and how that can be used in the hills for my slot. So at the beginning, I'm going to just introduce a bit about what EMDR is, which is it's a form of healing trauma therapy method, which uses bilateral stimulation, so left-right action, stimulating the left and right parts of the brain to sort of promote the natural healing mechanism of the human mind. So the method is, you take the disturbing memory or the upsetting thing and put it aside. So what I might get people to do is do a quick sketch of it, fold the piece of paper over, and then maybe put it in their pocket or something. And then usually in a clinical space, you'd be in the imagination, and then you have somebody conjure up a memory, a thing that they really love, and then you have them doing slow left-right tapping on their thighs, thinking of this memory, and you interrupt it occasionally, usually with 3 blinks. So I'd say blink, 3 little blinks, and then they carry on with their immersion in this nice thing. And every 5 sets of this, I would ask them, okay, just have a glance over at the difficult thing, and has anything changed? Quite often it's got a bit further away or seems smaller, things like this. Some people might start remembering it differently. It's usually done in a clinic, in a private space, 1-to-1, but I've been using it as trainings, in my trainings for therapists, introducing people to EMDR and art therapy and how they can be combined. I've been bringing the flash technique in, and I've discovered it can be really effective in experiential groups of 25 people online. So I feel like, even though I'm not going to be with therapists at this event, I think it's a safe one to use. So the method I think I'm going to do is, have the disturbing thought, whatever. I've just had a bit of very frustrating work with the internet not working properly, and it's just horrible. So I'm not going to be able to stay here, unfortunately, without a decent phone signal or internet connection. But disturbing level, 0 to 10, 0 it's not at all, 10's the worst. I would say it's about a 4. Sessions went okay in the end. Sort of did them without the video, and it's been great being here and getting to know a bit of this part of Wales, and it's time to go somewhere a little bit more permanent, perhaps, or where I can work a little bit more effectively. And this is a technique that I think Philip Manfield came up with, Dr. Philip Manfield, and you can see information about the course on the website, theflashtechnique.com, www.flashtechnique.com. Pretty sure that's what it is. Or if you just do an internet search for Flash Technique, Philip Manfield, it will come up. Blink. Blink. Cute little pup. Must be wondering what on earth I'm doing. Blink. 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 And sometimes, I get people to use their animals, and I might use my little dog here for this, because you're wanting a memory or a thing, some sort of positive, engaging focus that's just really pure love, like no sort of difficult attachments or associations to it. If I was doing this with a client, I would be talking to them about their memory, really helping them to keep it alive and immerse themselves in it. And I would be counting the amount of taps, as well as using my sort of intuition or professional sense of when it's the right time to interrupt that. But because I'm making a little video fairly spontaneously while doing this, I'm not quite sticking to the script. Blink. These deep red branches. And blink. Blink. I'm not actually glancing over at the thing, but I feel really happy now. Like I can feel a kind of warmth in my chest, and definitely the bad mood has lifted quite a lot. Or the annoyance. Blink. I'm out for a lovely walk, but this does work when you're using somebody's imagination as well to use this exercise. Blink. Oh, going a bit quick. Slow it down. Blink. Blink. The colour of that moss. Blink. Blink. Okay, so I think with this exercise, it doesn't make things go away, doesn't change what's happened, but it gives you context and removes the disturbance, I suppose. So I chose something that was real, but also that wasn't too big, because I'm videoing it, I'm like chatting away, I'm not with a therapist, and I'm doing an experiment with the woodland walk. When I do the sessions online, I always say to people, 0 to 10, can you please keep it below a 5 of how distressing it is? I don't want any 9s or 10s, because really for something that's really upsetting, for something that somebody's gone to therapy with and the therapist has decided they need to use the flash or the blink technique first, that is not something you're going to be doing in a training or with a therapist that's not talking directly to you and understanding the issue you've got and how you're framing it, etc. And making sure you've got a positive, engaging focus that works. So, yeah, if anyone does decide to have a little go at this, then make sure that you're doing something that, you know, you're kind of, you know, it's a real thing, but you can handle it already. And it's not going to be opening up anything that you're not going to be able to sort of, you know, pack away again on your own or be comfortable with having on the surface. If you want to know more, there are therapists who are trained in the flash technique. I think there's a mailing list on the Philip Manfield website. So this is one of those things that you can just do a couple of sessions in, but it's not aimed at reprocessing and changing any like real biggies, but it's something that could be used to reduce stress in the immediate hour. Okay, so see if I end up using this. I think I probably will. These little spontaneous videos are often quite nice because, you know, they've got an authenticity to them, and they're, you know, I usually make them because I'm just suddenly in the mood for it and something's come to mind and maybe I'm in a really nice place. Yeah, so I hope that you find it useful, and maybe I'll have my 2-hour course on this ready to share a bit more widely after I've held it for a small group. Yeah, anyway, bug is